So tonight, Ryan and I are having some sardine pasta, and I wanted to show you one of the versions that I make. A lot of you might be scared of sardines, but don't knock them until you try them. So you've got to at least try them once. And if you don't like them, then you can argue against them, but at least try them once. They're not too fishy. When you open the can, they might smell to have a really strong fishy smell to them, but when you put them up in a dish and you chop them up real fine, they actually just give the dish a really rich background flavor to it. And what I like to do with my pasta, my sardine pasta, is add a bunch of other bold flavorings to it, and that kind of puts the fish just in the background. It's not the prominent flavor to the dish. So other flavors that I'm going to use in my pasta tonight are artichoke hearts and capers, basil, garlic, lemon zest, lemon juice, and then some Asiago cheese on top. So I've already minced up my garlic and I let it sit for about 10 minutes. I recently heard that if you chop your garlic and let it sit before you add it to the oil, the good compounds in the garlic become more available to your body. So my pan is nice and hot, so I'm going to add some olive oil to it. Probably about a tablespoon. I'm going to go ahead and add my garlic to the pan. Okay. I'm just going to let this cook a little bit in the olive oil. And actually my water is boiling now, so I'm going to put my pasta in there. I have thin whole wheat spaghetti. And you always want to salt your water before you put your pasta in, because that's how you actually flavor the pasta itself. So I'm just going to put a little salt in here, and then go ahead and drop my pasta in the water. Okay, and that should only take like 5 minutes, because like I said, it's thin spaghetti. My garlic is cooking up nicely. Okay, so while that's cooking, I'm going to chop up the sardine. And here you go. Here's the sardine. Okay. It might look ugly, but it's really good. Okay, so I'm just going to mince them up really fine, and actually they kind of just melt away into the oil. I'm going to get them all out, and I'm just using 1 can. If you want maybe a little more protein in the dish, you might want to use 2 cans. But sardines are actually one of the highest fish for omega-3 fatty acids, which are the good fats. Okay, so like I said, I'm just mincing them up really nice and fine. And really, this is all that you put in the oil. You just put the garlic in, and then the sardines, and then everything else pretty much just goes in right at the end. You don't really even need to cook it. Okay, and I'm just going to add this right to the pan with my garlic. Okay, and these are the sardines I get. They're called King Oscar sardines, and you always want to get bristling sardines because those are the best ones. And I get them packed in extra virgin olive oil. Alright, so while that's cooking up over here, got my sardines and my garlic, and my pasta's looking good. And the sardines are going to just kind of melt away in that oil. My pasta's about halfway done. I'm going to get the other flavorings ready. So I'm going to add some lemon zest, like I said. And I like to use a microplane. It's a handy little tool. You can pick one up at a kitchen store or a hardware store. And what you do is you just take the zest off the lemon. Just like that. And you just want to get the yellow part. You don't want to get the white part because that's kind of bitter. This is a really handy tool to have. because I'm going to zest my lemon, and then I'm going to use it for my cheese as well. So you just want to get all the yellow part off the lemon. And we're going to add this at the end. Almost done. There, so we have about, I don't know if you can see that, about a tablespoon of lemon zest. And actually we're going to use the lemon juice too. So I'm going to roll it to kind of loosen up the juices in there, and I'm going to cut it in half. And we're going to squeeze this on top of our pasta when we put it in the pan. So this is looking really good over here. Smells good. So I'm going to let that cook just a couple more minutes, and then when our pasta is ready, I'm just going to put the pasta right in there. And I just buy a jarred artichoke heart. So all I'm going to do is, and actually I'm going to drain these a little bit, and I'm going to put these right in with the fish. And other things that you can put in this pasta, I do some different versions sometimes that have really strong flavors but don't add a lot of calories. You could do olives, green or black, or Kalamata olives. You could do roasted jarred red peppers. You could do sun-dried tomatoes are really good too. Just other great flavorings. And I'm using basil, but you could do parsley would be another herb that you could use. So now I'm going to test the pasta, see if it's done. And I want the al dente, which means it has a little bit of a bite to it. And this is actually pretty perfect. I'm going to let it go about 30 more seconds. And here's my jar of capers, and I'll go ahead and put these in at the last minute here. And you just get a fork, and you just pull them out, and you just want like a couple tablespoons of these. Maybe like 2 tablespoons of capers. And don't worry if a little of the juice gets in there. It just makes it even more saltier. It just gives it that extra bite to it. Okay, so my pasta looks done. So I'm going to turn it off, and actually I'm just going to fork it right into the pan over here. And it's okay if some of the pasta water gets in there, because it just makes a nice rich sauce. And you want to turn your heat down on your pan just a little bit. Okay, and this is all in, and I'm just going to mix it up. And it's going to, another reason you want it to be al dente, the pasta, is because it's going to continue cooking in the pan just a little bit. You want to mix that up a little bit and maybe add just a little bit more of the pasta water, just to kind of bring it all together. And then I'm going to squeeze some lemon over top to make a nice sauce. Ooh, that shot everywhere. Okay, and then I'm going to put the lemon zest in there also. Lemon zest. And the basil. Okay, and then the last thing I'm going to do is grate the Asiago cheese over it. Okay, and then when you serve it up on the plate, you can put a little bit more of that cheese over the top of it. And that's pretty much it. It's fairly simple, really quick to prepare. And you really should try it. And don't be scared of the sardines. Give them a try. And I'll actually post the recipe on my blog to give you the specific amounts of all the ingredients. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye.